If you want to be 15 to 400% more productive in your life, keep watching, because I'm going to share a system that I use that's been a total game changer for me. By the way, I'm Ravenwood, and I'm an empowerment coach that throws real lightning bolts. So if what I share in this video speaks to you and you want to transform your experience completely in 90 days, use the link in the bio or message me. And now, for how to need less sleep. So I want to honor the person who kind of set me on this path. It's a guy named Sadhguru who has some incredible videos out there. I encourage you to listen to them. Fascinating stuff. The video that caught my attention was how to need less sleep. And I was like, need less sleep? Because getting less sleep can be done with coffee and screen time, but that doesn't necessarily work for your health. So I checked it out, and the main point he was making is that by eating less, at least if you've got a Western diet, you can definitely need less sleep. The reason is that the average American diet tends to have more food in it than we can actually absorb the nutrients from. Now, the fact that our food has radically less nutrients in it than it did just even a little while ago is another subject for another video. But what Sadhguru was talking about is that if we eat a certain amount of food that has more volume than the amount of food that we can actually absorb nutrients from, then we're having to process a bunch of food that we're actually not getting any energy from. So we're wasting energy. So he said that basically, if you just drop one meal or you make every single meal that you're eating smaller and you eat about 3 meals a day, then you're going to have more energy. Now he also mentioned something else that I knew, which is that you want to make sure that there's at least 2 to 3 hours between your last meal and when you actually go to sleep. That's because if your body is trying to digest food while it's trying to sleep, then your sleep is not as effective. So the system I use is based on the 5 elements. So what I've just talked about essentially is earth. Earth represents, how much food you're getting, of what types. Also rest is included in the earth element. Now on the other end of the spectrum is air. Doing breath work can help oxygenate your tissues and your brain. Whether you use Qigong from the Kung Fu system, or you use pranayama from the yogic system, or you use something developed in modern times like Wim Hof, definitely doing breath work is going to help increase your energy. Drinking the proper amount of water, and pure water, is incredibly important. You want to make sure you're getting about half your body weight in ounces of water a day. Now there's variations from that if your body weight is on the extreme of the spectrum, so consult your healthcare practitioner. Now another element is fire. I now work out 5 to 7 days a week, and I use HIIT training, high intensity interval training, because it's incredibly efficient. HIIT training can give you a fitness level in about 24 minutes that many other systems of exercise take an hour to an hour and a half to achieve. Now the final element that I'll mention is energy or spirit. Paying attention to where you're focusing your mind, what you're doing with your attention and your energy, is incredibly important. If you have a regular gratitude practice, for example, before you eat or when you arise or just before bed, whenever you adopt a gratitude practice, you're going to be focusing your energy in such a way that lowers your cortisol levels, which is a hormone which suppresses the immune system, and you're going to be doing something that's incredibly beneficial for your health. The final piece I'll mention actually goes back in the earth category, and that's drinking magnesium in warm water every evening, right before bed. I find that if I drink magnesium right before bed in warm water, and I also eat a little bit less than I had before, I actually just have a smoothie at lunch now, and I make sure that my dinner is really early. If you drink a certain amount of water, if you exercise every day, if you focus your mind in such a way that you're preserving your body's energy, and if you do breath work, these things in combination can help you need less sleep. Now, if you're getting 1 to 2 hours less sleep a night, but your body's still healthy and awake and aware when you wake up, then you can get a lot more productivity in. So maybe that's 15%. But then if you use that extra time to do practices that help you adopt flow states, then you can be up to 400% more effective during the time when you're in flow state. So if anything I shared in this video spoke to you, or you want to completely transform your experience in 90 days, use the link in the bio or message me.